What's up, you guys? It's Charnicia J, and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to join a platform where we talk about, create, and experience life, design, and fashion. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified every time that I post. Don't forget to like this video. Okay, so I know it's Monday, and I know it's not Fashion History Friday, but I could not move forward in this month without talking about a person that I said that I would talk about during Black History Month that I never got around to talking about. And so since it is Women's History Month, let me go ahead and get this person out of the way because this person is definitely not a woman, but I just had to talk about him before we move forward. So I decided, why not talk about him on Monday? I don't have a weekly vlog. Let me just go ahead and talk about him. So here goes. This week I decided that I would finally speak about the last person that I mentioned that I would speak about during Black History Month. I know it's not Black History Month anymore, but I still could not move forward without talking about one more designer who impacted Black fashion history. That designer is the Harlem couturier and haberdasher Daniel Day, better known as Dapper Dan. Let me just say that growing up as an aspiring fashion designer myself, I remember hearing this name, Dapper Dan. One of the definite places I heard the term or name was in the song my class and I sang in the junior high school play Annie Jr. The song was called Dressed Without a Smile. If you're not familiar with the song, it goes, "Hey, hobo man, hey, Dapper Dan, you've both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile." So I had heard the name somewhere, but I was never really sure what a Dapper Dan was. And you may say, well, Jay, it sounds to us like it's a man's name. Yeah, well, if it's someone's name, then who is this Dapper Dan? So, as some of you who may have been subscribed to my channel for a while may know, eventually I moved to New York City to pursue an education in fashion design at Parsons, the New School of Design. As my classmates and I would gather for class, of course our instructors and professors would ask what we had been seeing in the tabloids and on award shows when it came to fashion. And again, that name Dapper Dan was mentioned. Who is Dapper Dan? From the discussions in class and from my research, it was clear that he had a huge impact on hip-hop and street style history. So Dapper Dan was a baby boomer born in 1944 in Harlem, New York, and raised in the 50s, just before the drug epidemic of the 1960s. As a teen, he would play in crap games on the streets of 123rd Street and Lenox. He would win so big and so often against an older gambler named Dapper Dan. That was the guy who told the young Daniel Day that he was the new Dapper Dan. So this is how he got his name. Before gaining this new name and the credibility that he's known for today, Mr. Daniel Day grew from humble beginnings between 129th Street and Lenox Avenue in Harlem, New York, with 3 sisters, 3 brothers, a homemaker mother, and a civil servant father. The New York Times reported in the 2017 article, The Fashion Outlaw, Dapper Dan, that his sense of style came from having holes in his shoes in the 3rd grade and having to put cardboard in them, and being teased by other kids in his neighborhood when his mother was finally able to buy him and his siblings new shoes. This was the trigger that caused Day, along with other children from his neighborhood, to begin breaking into downtown haberdasheries. Many people called them Alibaba and the 40 Thieves because there would be 40 to 50 guys in total breaking the windows of these clothing stores. It was at this time that Mr. Day and his peers felt the need to dress to impress. This was especially the mindset of that generation of black men who grew up in Harlem during that time. Though appearance was of great importance to Mr. Day, he also learned at a young age from his family and black local government officials who came to his school to speak that knowledge is power. As Mr. Day became tired of running the streets and his drug addiction, He was inspired by Malcolm X, his pursuit of knowledge and self-discovery and exploration, to begin visiting the County Cullen Library to research opium and the Boxer Rebellion in China. This led him to a sober vegetarian lifestyle, and back in school, he wanted to be a writer. He worked for the Harlem newspaper 40 Acres and a Mule in the 1960s and was involved with the Nation of Islam and the mighty Black Zulus. By 1968, he was one of the students chosen by Columbia University Urban League program to travel to Africa. The experience changed his life, just as some of the artwork he saw there and brought back home with him from Nigeria did. This included some suits that were tailored in Africa, which led to him being inspired to sell clothing he bought from local boosters out of his car, then the opening of his boutique in 1982, where he served a mix of hustlers, locals, and with hip-hop music on the rise. Eventually, his customers included the likes of hip-hop stars like LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper, and Bobby Brown. Due to his appropriation of logos from high-end luxury brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Fendi, and his popularity amongst the gangster and hip-hop culture, Dapper Dan's store was raided in 1988 by U.S. Marshals, resulting in a number of lawsuits and the shutdown of his boutique by 1992. Despite the lawsuits, he continued to operate in his passion, which led to his creations for Floyd Mayweather's wardrobe in 1999 and being referenced in songs by Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Pusha T, and many others. In 2016, Dapper Dan appeared in a Netflix series set in Harlem called Street Level Hero. And in 2017, he was brought back into the spotlight when Gucci's creative director, Alessandro Michele, presented Dapper Dan inspired designs in his Resort 2018 collection without giving credit to the originator, Mr. Dapper Dan. This led to the company doing a collaboration with Dapper Dan that was released in 2017, along with the opening of Harlem's first luxury fashion store on Lenox Avenue. Dapper Dan's work was also a part of the Museum of Modern Art, which a lot of us know as MoMA's exhibit items, is Fashion Modern. In 2018, Dapper Dan made a cameo appearance among a number of fashion icons in the French Montana and Drake music video for the song No Stylist. Though Mr. Daniel Day's work had moved on to appearing in music videos by 2019, he crossed paths with the Gucci brand again to hold them accountable for their balaclava polo neck jumper that they were forced to remove from their shops due to it resembling blackface. He also starred alongside A$AP Rocky in an AT&T short film about street style history. Soon in 2019, Sony announced their plans to create a biopic, and Random House was to release a memoir on Dapper Dan, which can be found and purchased on dapperdanofharlem.com. And that's all, folks. That's what I learned when I went digging and researching this man called Dapper Dan. I just think he has a heck of a story, and I'm glad that the powers that be and the brands who he has impacted and inspired are giving him his flowers while he's still alive. So many times in this world, we are inspired by the greats of our time, whether it be in music, fashion, or politics. But too often do we wait until it is too late to say thank you and give credit where credit is due. I also just want to say thank you for all of you who are still listening and made it to this point. Let me know if there's someone else whom you would like for me to do a breakdown on, and I will happily do so. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment your suggestions below. Until next time, peace to the Middle East, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.